Hello again, everybody. I'm Snapper Lancaster, welcoming you to another edition of the Central Alabama High School Sports Show. Well, we've got two outstanding high school basketball coaches tonight that we'll be visiting with some of their players. And, of course, it's that time of year. We're into the Christmas break. I know we'll have our show tonight, and then we won't be back for a couple of weeks because we take off for the break just like the kids do. But we'll be back the 1st of January, starting off the new 2017 season. So tonight we're visiting with a couple of basketball coaches, like I said, that teams have been jockeying for position, if you will. They've been playing their pre-area games. They're a part of their schedule. And some of them have played a few area games, but, you know, it gets real busy for the high school basketball teams after the first of the year because then they play their area games, which, of course, will be the determining factor of whether or not they'll qualify to make the high school basketball playoffs. Once again, we've got some outstanding schools from here in the Birmingham area. Of course, Mountain Brook and Spain Park and Oak Mountain and have strong teams in Class 7A. Class 6A, we've got a team tonight that's off to a 12-1 start. We've got some teams like in 5A where we know is always strong. Homewood and teams like that, Clay-Chalkville. They have outstanding basketball programs and will probably go deep in this year's tournament. Like I said, tonight we got two outstanding coaches. One last thing I want to say before we go to break is, folks, the sponsors we have are the reasons that we're on the show and we're able to recognize these high school coaches and athletes. So please, every chance you get, try to frequent our sponsors because they help keep us on the air. Once again, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, our first guest of the evening. Don't you go away.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. Now, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
The next time you need electrical work, whether it be commercial or residential, you need to call Huffman Electrical Contractors. A company that's been in business for over 35 years. They've served clients not only locally in the Birmingham area and all over the state, but have clients outside the state of Alabama as well. Whether it's a new building or remodeling an older building or home, they can handle the job for you. Once again, that's Huffman Electrical Contractors. The number to call is 205-661-5005. That's 205-661-5005. Where at Huffman Electrical Contractors, a satisfied customer is always their #1 objective.
Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven. A taste of heaven is always best. Now you know that you're blessed. Give your taste a whole new spin. Bring your friends and come on in. Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven.
And folks, welcome back. And this first segment here, we're going to be talking with Coach Cedric Lane. And Coach, for people that haven't seen you probably in a while, tell us a little bit about your background and what has led you to be the head coach there at Pinson Valley.
I've been in Birmingham City for quite some time, and I was at Winona High School for like 10 years. I had a head basketball job there. We won 3 consecutive state championships in 5A, and took another job in Birmingham City, and now I decided to come to the county, Pinson Valley High School.
When a lot of times I talk with the kids about how they adjust to new coaches. Well, in this case, how is it for you? And I know you've made this transition a couple of times, but talk about the transition from a team that you had to a new team. What's it like for you, getting to know your new players and all?
Well, it's like starting all over from the beginning. You got a whole new group of guys, got a new administration. And the administration is really making it easy for us because, you know, I come in and they allow me to build a program the way that I know how. And I have full responsibility, and at the same time I have full range to do what I need to do dealing with basketball.
Well, one thing I always like to ask coaches, and basketball coaches in particular, every coach has his own philosophy about how he wants his makeup of his team to be,
right.
the style of basketball we're going to play. Is it going to be up-tempo, or we're going to be a pressure team, or we're going to be a team that comes down and sets up our offense in a slower fashion. But tell me, do you dictate what y'all play, or a lot of time is it the players you have that dictates the kind of game plans you're going to put together?
I think you have to allow the players to dictate that based on the personnel. You know, you have a way that you prefer to play, but you really have to base that on the players that you have and the skill sets that those kids have acquired, and base it off that.
Talk about, now you've been in the coaching business a few years. How different, if they are at all, how different are the athletes of today as to back when you started?
Well, I think nowadays kids are far more athletic. They're bigger, they're stronger, they're faster. And I think back in the day, they were just a little tougher, a little more resilient, a little more dedicated.
It seems like this game today is a more up-tempo, fast-paced game. Sometimes I think the kids want to make, this is just my personal opinion, highlight reels sometimes instead of taking care of the task at hand, playing good defense and putting the basketball in the hole. How has the game from that standpoint changed in the few years you've been in it?
Well, it's a highlight era now. You know, the oohs and ahs is what kids want to be a part of. And, you know, sometimes they go straight to those tapes and make highlights, and crossing somebody and getting your shot blocked, it's like the worst things ever now, these kids. And I realize you got to take a chance and get crossed by playing good defense. You know, you may get a shot blocked by trying to attempt a basket. So I think our kids now, they get to a point where they're more embarrassed by not competing than they are by losing. Right.
Yeah, well, like you say, there's a difference in all eras, and there's a difference in every set of youngsters you have.
Yeah.
And like you said, I think I totally agree with you about the fact that a lot of times your athletes dictate what you can and can't do. Right. But your job then is, if they do have a special skill, your job is to maximize that, not only as an individual, but in the team concept, right?
That's right, and I got a good group of guys, man, that totally bought into what we're trying to do at Pinson Valley, and I've completely allowed them to dictate the style of play that we're going to go with this year. And we got a small team, and we're going to play fast. You know, I prefer playing fast. Last 2 years, my team was not able to play that fast. We had bigger guys, but this year, our size and our speed are going to dictate the way that we play.
Well, talking about that there seems to be, and I talk to basketball coaches about this all the time, especially in high school, it's almost like 2 seasons. In the 2 seasons, what I mean by that, you have your non-area games,
right.
And there are generally a whole lot more of those than there are area games,
Definitely.
Which determine whether or not you're going to make the playoffs or not. Now, here's what I wonder from a coaching standpoint is, I guess it's a lot like other sports. You hope your team peaks the second half of the season, where generally about the middle of the season, heading into the second half, you'll start playing a little bit of your area games. Yeah. But the deal is, you can be super in the non-area games and still not qualify for the playoffs if you don't take care of business. How do you sort of lead your team in such a way that you hope that they peak around the time those area games come?
Well, the way that we do our scheduling, I think it benefits us, because if you look at this first half, we've lost 6 games already, and it's been to teams that number 1 team in the state, number 8 team in the nation. Another team, only area game we lost to a team that's only lost 1 game, so they're pretty good. All the teams we've lost to, with the exception of 1 or 2, I think, have 6'9" big men that are going Division I.
Well, are you one of these coaches, and I think a lot of you coaches do this way, you want to play the tougher competition, right. Win or lose, right. You can grow from a good loss, right?
Exactly.
And sometimes I think that's hard for kids to understand.
That's what it's all about. It's all about progress and getting better, and the fact that I've seen my team grow throughout the season so far, first half, I'm okay with that, knowing that we're going into a tough area coming back out of Christmas, and I think we should be able to make a good run because I think we're better tested now.
And another couple of thoughts real quickly, Coach, as the time gets away from us. Going to a new school, talk about the adjustment for you in particular to one, the new principal, the new athletics associations, trying to work with new parents. That's all a challenge for a new coach, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. In the city, I think it's quite different than the county in a lot of different ways, but I have a good support system with my administrator, Mike Turner, principal. He's doing a great job. You know, he has a sports background, so he takes it really serious. He understands the coach's needs and the program needs, and he's making a real smooth transition for me.
And so far, do you see, no longer you've been there, can you see the support from the family, which is very important for all these athletes, for the school and the kids coming out supporting them and supporting their team?
Yeah, we got a student section now that we're trying to get, and they've been coming to the games. They've been extremely supportive. That's one of the biggest things that we want to do coming in, get the community involved. And we got a lot of parent support, and it's helping. You know, when the kids know their parents, they'll support them. They know they got to give their best. Well,
one thing about it, Coach, as we close this out, we know you're familiar with championships, what it takes to win championships, but it doesn't matter where a coach is, all he's got to work with is what is in that community. So it's a challenge for you, and I know that you're looking forward to it. And I'm hoping to put Pinson Valley on the basketball map, as the old saying goes. So,
yeah, that's the plan.
Once again, good to see you again. I know you're starting over, but as far as your program is concerned, so I hope it grows in the way you want it to, and serious playoff contenders from year one, okay?
Well, that's the plan.
Good to see you.
Thanks a lot.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more guests. Don't you go away. The next time you need electrical work, whether it be commercial or residential, you need to call Huffman Electrical Contractors, a company that's been in business for over 35 years. They've served clients not only locally in the Birmingham area and all over the state, but have clients outside the state of Alabama as well. Whether it's a new building or remodeling an older building or home, they can handle the job for you. Once again, that's Huffman Electrical Contractors. The number to call is 205-661-5005. That's 205-661-5005. Where at Huffman Electrical Contractors, a satisfied customer is always their #1 objective.
At Andrews Sports Medicine, we partner with our patients, trying to help them overcome the obstacles that keep them from achieving their goals.
This practice aggressively pursues victory over injury, over pain, over limitation, over anything that's going to keep you from being the best you can be.
It starts with our non-surgical physicians who are trained in sports medicine, orthopedic injuries. We have specialists in sports medicine with shoulders, elbows, and knees. We have hip specialists that do only hip surgery, including arthroscopy, minimally invasive resurfacing, and total hip replacement if needed. We have joint replacement surgeons. We have spine surgeons. We have surgeons that specialize in foot and ankle surgery and in hand surgery. So just about all the specialties of orthopedics are covered at Andrews Sports Medicine.
What makes the great surgeons great is their volume of experience at making decisions, whether that's intraoperative decisions, post-operative decisions, pre-operative decisions, the decision to operate on somebody or not operate on them. And so our volume here breeds good decision making. That gives us an edge in terms of making decisions for our patients, which ultimately is a lot of times the difference between success and failure. The teams, the players, the parents have confidence in us because they know we're going to communicate with them, we're going to create a plan unique to that athlete or that person, and we're going to get them back to their thing as quickly and as safely as we can.
At Andrews Sports Medicine, our mission is to partner with our patients and to help them succeed and achieve victory. Whether you're a weekend warrior, a grandparent with a shoulder problem, or a professional athlete, you get the same care, the same high-level technology, the same aggressiveness that we would in a professional athlete, and we treat everyone the same way. None of us like to lose. We're all very competitive, and we're not going to lose against their illness or their injury.
Have Have you had that Mexican food fix yet? If you haven't, then Speedy's is the place to go. Located in Hueytown, 1 block off Warrior River Road on Forest Road, you can call in your order or go through the drive-thru or dine in as our family and friends do on a regular basis. For everything from nachos to enchiladas to taco salads, you can't beat the taste of Speedy's Mexican food. Remember, that's the original Speedy's is back and better than ever. To phone in the order or for more information, the number to call is 744-4659. That's Speedy's Mexican Foods.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. Now, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
And folks, welcome back. In this segment, as you can tell, I've got 5 outstanding young athletes here. Pinson Valley Indians, right? The basketball players. And guys, as we get into this conversation, let me introduce the gentleman first. Kobe Jones, a freshman shooting guard right here. Lee Allen Daly, a junior forward. And over here, Orion Morris, who is a junior point guard, right? And then Eli McKinney, a senior guard. And then finally, a 10th grader, we've got Jordan Pollard, and you're a strong forward, right? All right, guys, going into this season, this seems sort of strange. The first person we're going to talk to is a freshman. Now, Kobe, this is your first year to play on the varsity.
Yes, sir.
Right? And so tell me about the experience and what it's like for you. I know you're a starter, right?
Yes, sir.
And so being a freshman, does that put added pressure on you? Or
no, sir. I just go out there and play. My teammates help me out, and they get me through the process.
Well, that sounds like it. By the way, what's y'all's record right now?
We're 6-6.
6? Okay. So you're playing okay. You'd like to be playing better, but
yes,
you're not
sir.
playing that bad. Well, that's okay.
Yes,
because the guys, you know, in a basketball season, all these non-region games we're playing are for 2 reasons: fill out a schedule, and also it prepares you to play those area games,
yes, sir.
which will determine whether you make the playoffs or not. Lee Allen, talk about you're a junior and a forward. Talk about the transition. Is this the first year for your coach to be over there?
Yes, sir.
Now, talk about from a player standpoint, the transition to a new coach. How's that going for you and your teammates?
It's fine because we work real hard at practice. Practice be real intense. We got to work hard now.
And so is he one of these guys that y'all seem to like, the kind of program he runs with discipline, or the kind of game that y'all play up-tempo, or do you play more of a structured game? What's y'all's teams like?
We play very up-tempo game.
And y'all, on the end, you try to play that great defense because that transitions a lot into easy baskets on the other end, right? Yeah. Orion Morris, point guard. All right, so that's like you're the little general out there on the floor. Do you get a chance? I guess the first thing off the board when you come down is you're sort of looking to set up a play or looking for someone to go to, and you're probably always thinking shots maybe second, right?
Yes, sir.
And so do you enjoy the responsibility of being the guy that's sort of in charge of getting the guys in the right places on the offensive end?
Yes, sir. I just look at it as like I just want to get everybody in a good place where they can score the ball. Like me, I just think everybody as my teammates, and I want to get them better. And they just gonna follow my lead. That's what I look at it as.
Well, are you one of these guys too? You're probably a pretty quick guy. You enjoy the defensive end of it because a lot of times that's where those transition baskets come from, right? Then we've got Eli, senior guard. Eli, and the years that you've been playing there at Pinson Valley, who is the team that you enjoy on the schedule, seeing who you look forward to playing every year?
Probably Clay.
Clay, would you call that y'all's #1 basketball rival?
Yes, sir.
How do you guys do against them? Pretty well?
Yes, sir.
Or they win some and y'all win some?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Jordan, a forward, a 10th grader. Now, strong forward, that means you don't mind getting in there and they want you to do the dirty work, take care of rebounding and of course, being a physical presence, right?
Something like that. It's mostly the yelling job, but I help them every now and then.
Well, so whatever you need to do, that's what you're going to be doing, right? Well, guys, one thing I always like to ask young athletes is, and we'll start with you, Kobe, is there a collegiate or a pro player that you enjoy watching and saying, boy, that's the kind of game I'd like to have?
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant.
Yes, sir.
Is it because of the name or the position or what?
Well, I like his overall game. He can score any way he wants to. He just take over the game.
Well, that's the kind of person you want to be, and
yes, sir.
I guarantee you, if you could do that, the coach wants you to be that kind of player that can take over these high school games. Now, Alan, how about you? Who do you enjoy watching play and say, gosh, I wish I could play like that?
LeBron James.
Well, now look, let me tell you something. If you're just this close to what LeBron is, you're going to be a star, because that's a good person in my life. He's got that complete game, doesn't he?
Yes, sir.
And he's a great leader as well. Orrin, how about you?
Russell Westbrook.
Yes, goodness alive, boy. He's carrying Oklahoma City right now, isn't he? It's what do you think is his strongest suit? Is it scoring, quickness, defense? What?
I say defense. Defense is scoring.
Really? Well, I know he's really a great athlete, and I didn't think that he could be as successful as he is by himself. But as long as he stays healthy, I think that's the key for him, right? Eli, how about you? Who do you enjoy, would like to play like?
Kyrie Irving.
Oh, okay. Quick, good shooter, makes things happen on the floor?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Jordan, how about you?
Kevin Durant.
Really? Yeah, he's long and tall and lean and mean, isn't he? But I tell you, those are all good guys and outstanding players, but they're good individuals first, and that's what we try to be. Well, let me tell you, we're athletes, we're all different, and some of us are superstitious, and some of us have maybe hobbies or things you enjoy doing that might surprise me if y'all told me about it. This is the first time I've met you guys. Now, whether it's a superstition you might have or a hobby like video games or say you sing in the shower and you're a 10. That shower goes off, you're a 1, but you think you're good. I know what that's like. But you get the idea of what I'm talking about. Kobe, what would it be for you?
Oh, well, before a game, I eat candy. It just relaxes me. And I always put my right sock on before my left one.
Really? Do you have any particular candy that you like?
Sour Patch Kids.
Do what now?
Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's it. And the right sock first.
Yeah, right sock.
Good. You're normal. Absolutely normal. Lee Allen, how about you?
Well, I like to eat bubble gum a lot.
You do?
Yes, sir.
I know you don't blow bubbles in the game, do you? But that's okay if that sort of calms your nerves or, get you in the place where you want to be. Because, athletics is a funny thing. It's a physical game a lot of times, but there's a lot of mental to all of it, too, in there. How about you, Orion?
I like eating Skittles before the game and having my headphones in.
Really?
Yes, sir.
So you listen to pop and sort of getting yourself ready to go out there for the battle, right? Well, anything that works. Coach won't care what you do as long as it works. How about you, Eli?
I like to put all my right side accessories on first before I put anything else on.
You're right. What?
Side accessories.
No, really?
Yes, sir.
You make sure you do that every game?
Yes, sir.
Then if you've done that, everything else is going to be okay and fall into place, right? Isn't it amazing how little superstitious things affect us a little bit? How about you, Jordan?
I like to shoot around. I like to get dunk a lot for shoot around.
Really?
Yes. And then I dance. I'm dancing locker room and just moving around.
Oh my goodness. You're just jiving all over the place, right?
Yes.
That's all right, but it calms your nerves and soothes the savage beast, as the old saying goes. All right, guys, if you could go to any college that you wanted to when you graduate, and you're way away from graduating, you may have a college you like already or whatever, But if you could have one of your choice, where would you go?
I want to go to Duke and play with Coach K.
Really?
Yes, sir.
I hope that happens for you.
Thank you.
Coach K's got a great program. He's a great coach, but a great guy too. Boy, that would be great. How about you, Lee Allen?
University of Alabama.
Oh, you got success written all over you, boy. That's a good place to go. Orion?
I also say Duke.
Really? Yeah, well, it's amazing how these successful programs seems to draw the good players like flies, you know, but I mean that in a positive way. That's where you want to be the best, you want to play at the best or play at a school that's known for being an outstanding basketball program. Eli, how about you?
I'd say the University of Miami.
Really?
Yes, sir.
The Green Machine down there. If they could manage, they've had some good basketball teams, but they've had some great football teams. And so I would imagine in my mind, when I see Miami, I think football. But you're right, they got a good basketball program too. Jordan, how about you?
The University of Sanford.
Where?
Sanford.
Oh yeah, really, here at home? When you go, now let's say all of us couldn't be NBA players. I hope all 5 of you could be one day. But if you're not, long way off for you. But you're looking at that crystal ball. What do you think you might like to do for a living one day?
If I don't go to the NBA, I plan on being an architect.
Really?
Yes,
terrific.
Sir.
How about you, Leanne?
If I don't go to the NBA, I won't go to the NFL.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Orion, how about you?
I say mechanical engineering.
Mechanical engineering? You're going to get ready to study, right? Yeah. Okay, that's what you got to do. Eli?
I want to be a firefighter.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's one of those, it's a thoughtless job until somebody has a fire. Then they love them firemen for what they do. How about you, Jordan?
I want to have my own clothing company.
Oh, okay, cool. Last question. To this point in your lives, who's been the most inspirational person or persons? And we'll start with you, Cole.
I'd say my mom. She goes through a lot, but she always, keep a smile on her face and have a positive attitude.
Well, good for you. Lee Allen, how about you?
I agree, my mom too.
Okay, all right.
My mom.
Eli?
Both of my parents.
Okay, and Jordan?
My mom.
I tell you what, moms are always in our corner for us, right? But listen, guys, it's been awfully nice to meet you guys. I know you're in the middle of your season, working toward those area games. Good luck to y'all. All you got to do is make it to the dance floor and good things could happen, right?
Thank you.
Okay, buddy. Listen, we're going to take a break. When we come back, more guests to visit with. Don't you go away. The next time you need electrical work, whether it be commercial or residential, you need to call Huffman Electrical Contractors. A company that's been in business for over 35 years. They've served clients not only locally in the Birmingham area and all over the state, but have clients outside the state of Alabama as well. Whether it's a new building or remodeling an older building or home, they can handle the job for you. Once again, that's Huffman Electrical Contractors. The number to call is 205-661-5005. That's 205-661-5005. Where at Huffman Electrical Contractors, a satisfied customer is always their #1 objective.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. No, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
And this will be your premium right here.
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to say, I combined home and auto with State Farm.
Saved $760.
Love this guy.
Okay, does it bother anybody else that the mime is talking? Freaky.
Bundle home and auto, and you could save $760.
That's 760 very good reasons to call Alan Gurdeau in Trussville today.
And folks, welcome back. As you can tell, I got another outstanding young coach up here, and it has to be Jeremy Monso, the Clay-Chalkville Cougars. And Coach, tell us a little bit about your background. I know that there's probably a lot of people that are familiar with who you are all the way back to Parkway Christian, but talk about your background a little bit and then how you've ended up there at Clay-Chalkville.
All right. Well, obviously I did. I played at Parkway Christian Academy here in Birmingham, so had a great high school career there. Went on to Liberty University, where I played college basketball for 4 years, and then got into college coaching, and actually spent a year at Shelton State Community College there in Tuscaloosa. Dropped around a few NAIA schools in Kentucky and other states, and then spent the 3 years before I got to Clay-Chalkville at Faulkner University in Montgomery, and had a nice run there. And I'm starting, or this is my 3rd year at Clay-Chalkville.
Well, let me ask you, that leads to the second question, which should be fairly simple. What's the difference in which you enjoy more, high school or college?
Well, you know, I really enjoyed both of them because it gave me an opportunity to bring around the game I love and to coach the game I love. You know, probably the biggest difference is just the time you're at home. You know, I mean, we put a lot into it at Clay, and I do spend a lot of time with me and my staff, but, you know, the college level probably just demands a little bit more, especially being on the road recruiting and that. You don't have that part of it. So so that's probably the biggest thing, but it's the same game, same ball, same goal, and I enjoy being at both levels.
Well, let me ask you this. Reckon these kids realize how their coach used to fill it up? I'm telling you, your coach, he is the all-time leading scorer in the state of Alabama in high school basketball. And I watched him in high school, and 30 and 40 a night was that was just what we become used to. But Coach, let me ask you this. Although those few years ago, did you ever envision that you yourself would end up being a high school coach?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I always knew I wanted to coach, you know, probably since I was, you know, a lot of people had dreams of the NBA. Well, I just wanted to be a coach and be a great one. So, you know, I knew I'd be coaching at some level. I'm just very blessed to be at Clay-Chalkville now.
Well, and one thing I always like to talk with coaches about is, and it'd be interesting what your answer might be. When you go to a program and you've been in college and now high school, when a basketball coach is setting up his program, do you have a certain way you want your team to play, be defensive oriented or fast on offense or deliberate on the offense, or does the athletes you have dictate what game you play?
Well, I mean, really it's just, for me, it's about a standard of excellence in what we do. You know, what we do may change from year to year based on our personnel. You know, but at the same time, in everything we do, we talk to our guys about being detailed in our execution of what we're doing, being disciplined in what we do, and then going out and doing it every day. So, you know, we always want to defend. You know, we take a lot of pride in our goals defensively, holding teams below a certain amount, and that will never change as long as I coach. But the way we approach every day, the way we approach every practice, the way we approach every game, making sure the standard is to be excellent every day, and then giving the best effort we can every day is probably more important than just, you know, one thing or two things from a tactician standpoint.
Well, let me ask you about this. I know your team right now is off to a 12-1 start, and which is a great start. But you and I have talked about this on the telephone before, and I've talked with other coaches about it. No matter how good a non-area game you have, record you have, it all comes down to the area play, whether or not you're going to make the playoffs or not. So with that thought in mind, is your philosophy, and you try to get this across to your youngsters, that you build in everything that you do toward those area games, because without those wins, you could go undefeated in the non-area, but you lose in the games that count. It was all for nothing. Do you sort of build, and is that what you try to do with your kids?
Yeah, no. I mean, obviously, you know, you want to play your best game in your biggest games, but, you know, our players will tell you they're all big to me. And I think the best way you get ready for the big games is to be ready every time you play. Right. And so, you know, do I put more emphasis on one game than another? Absolutely not, because You know, I want us to be ready every time the lights come on, because I tell them all, you know, you can ask them, I say, you know, you're all just a few games away from being 32 and never getting to play again. And so, you know, whether it's an area game or not, we're going to prepare for it like it's our last game, play in it like it's our last game. I'm going to coach it like it's our last game. And I think our players feel that way as well. And then hopefully when those games do matter a little bit more, we're ready to go, because we're ready to go every night.
I know you talked a little bit about your college experience as far as coaching. Talk about now you've been settled in here at Clay for 3 years. This is your third team. Talk about the community involvement, the support you have from the upper staff there at the high school, and the overall community buying into what you and your kids are doing and what you hope to be doing before it's over with.
Right. Well, I mean, you know, obviously, you know, the administration has been awesome. They brought me in there to do a job and to build a program, and they've given me everything I need from a standpoint of access to, you know, money and facilities, to the right to be able to pull strings when I need them. And so that's been big. And just going into our third year as far as our program and getting in the community and everybody knowing that this is what we're about and this is what we do every day, it's almost there, you know, and there's still some work we need to do inside of our program with our kids. They know what's expected, and that's from the 7th and 8th grade groups all the way through varsity, and which is what you got to get first before the other can happen at a high level. So we're getting there. I like in the direction we're going. Obviously this year will help us in a lot of ways, and hopefully we can continue that success.
Well, I was going to say, it looks like that your team is progressing in the right direction, and you're making great strides just for 3 years. Do you see yourself hopefully maybe being at Clay-Chalkville a long time, or would you have the idea if the opportunity ever came back to get back into college coaching?
Yeah, well, I never say never on anything, just because you never know what life is going to throw your way, or that you may even be in coaching. I mean, you never know. I just know we wake up every day. We want to be a champion that day. Go through practice and make sure I'm doing my job to develop these young men both on and off the floor. And if I'm at Clay-Chalkville for the next 20 years, then it's going to be like that every day for the next 20 years.
Well, I tell you what, Coach, once again, it's awfully good to see you. I know I caught you in that first year. Now you're in the third year. You look a lot more comfortable, a lot more settled in. The objectives, it sounds like you're sort of checking them off your checklist, that it's sort of going in the direction you want it to. Wish you all the luck in the world,
appreciate it.
And hopefully see you come playoff time in the middle of the championships. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to visit with some of the youngsters very instrumental in the great start Clay-Chalkville's had thus far. We'll be right back.
Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven. A taste of heaven is always best. Now you know that you're blessed. Give your taste a whole new spin. Bring your friends and come on in. Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. Now, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
The next time you need electrical work, whether it be commercial or residential, you need to call Huffman Electrical Contractors, a company that's been in business for over 35 years. They've served clients not only locally in the Birmingham area and all over the state, but have clients outside the state of Alabama as well. Whether it's a new building or remodeling an older building or home, they can handle the job for you. Once again, that's Huffman Electrical Contractors. The number to call is 205-661-5005. That's 205-661-5005. Where at Huffman Electrical Contractors, a satisfied customer is always their #1 objective. Have you had that Mexican food fix yet? If you haven't, then Speedy's is the place to go. Located in Hueytown, 1 block off Warrior River Road on Forest Road, you can call in your order or go through the drive-thru or dine in as our family and friends do on a regular basis. For everything from nachos to enchiladas to taco salads, you can't beat the taste of Speedy's Mexican food. Remember, that's the original Speedy's is back and better than ever. To phone in the order or for more information, the number to call is 744-4659. That's Speedy's Mexican Foods. Folks, I want to tell you about, once again, a new sponsor that we have on our program, and we're awfully glad. We've been affiliated with them on and off, and we've got them back on with us, and we're talking about Andrews Sports Medicine. They're the world-renowned sports medicine physicians and orthopedic surgeons there at Andrews Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Center. They bring decades of experience and dedicated research in their respective fields. They are highly trained orthopedic specialists providing the most advanced sports medicine available in the United States. This group is well known for being the official sports medicine providers for the Alabama Crimson Tide, Auburn Tigers, Jacksonville State Gamecocks, Sanford Bulldogs, and dozens of high school programs in the central Alabama area. However, they are also available to provide folks such as us, you and me, who have an athletic mindset, the experts that is, but also the real experts at Andrews Sports Medicine aggressively pursue victory over every injury. Go to andrewsportsmedicine.com to start making your comeback today. And folks, welcome back. As you can tell, I got 3 strapping athletes up here that are pretty good basketball players. The reason I know they're pretty good, they played 13 games this year and won 12. They felt sorry for somebody and they lost one, right? But guys, good to see you, and congratulations on the good start you've had thus far. Visiting with us, all 3 guys, seniors. Jalen Jordan, senior point guard.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Anthony Holmes, senior wingman. That means you're versatile, mobile and hostile, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and Keaton Parker, senior, you're a guard as well, right? Yes, all right, guys, going into this year, now y'all have been with the coach 3 years now, right? That's your 3rd year. And you seem to be playing better as you go along. Now, going into this season, and we'll start with you, Jalen. First of all, what did you expect for you, this being your senior season, out of yourself, and what do you expect out of your teammates?
Well, first off, out of my teammates, I just expected everything that I don't really know. Just expected a lot out of them. Like nothing less from everybody. Everybody give the maximum effort. Yeah,
that's right. All you're expecting is them to be the best they can be, right? Because that's what you're going to do. Because you're the leader. That's what you got to do. Okay, Anthony, how about you?
I wanted to make it to Jacksonville. I wanted to go far. Because last year we got beat and couldn't go. So I wanted to go for my first time.
Okay. Keaton, how about you?
I just expected everybody to come out from last year. You know, last year we ended the season bad. Well, not bad, but a game we could have won and we should have won. I just wanted everybody to remember that game, come out, play hard this year.
Well, that's right. I mean, sometimes, believe it or not, you gain more lessons, positive lessons out of losing. Because 1, you don't like that feeling, and 2, you're going to do whatever you can to make sure it don't happen again, right? Guys, one question I always like to ask basketball players: who's your favorite professional basketball player that you'd like to be like one day if your game could just be half as good as theirs? And we'll start with you, Jalen.
For mine, I'm pretty sure the whole team knows this, but Kyrie Irving.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Sparky little player, isn't he?
Yes, sir.
If you're just this much of Kyrie, you're going to be bad. You know what I'm saying? Yep, that's good. Anthony, how about you?
I like James Harden.
Harden?
Yes, sir.
Where's your beard?
No. He's working on it.
You're working on it, I hear you. No, he's an awfully good, explosive player, isn't he? Keaton, how about you?
I like D. Wade.
Okay. Hey, that's 3 pretty good athletes. All right, guys, when you see your basketball schedule and you look at it, I don't care if it's out of area or in area, who is the team that you circle? That's the team I'm looking forward to playing.
Pinson. We already played them, but that was the team that I had circled.
Yeah, so that's sort of a natural rivalry. They're fairly close to you. How about you, Anthony?
The same game.
Pinson? Did y'all win that game?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that means they're going to be looking for y'all next time, right?
Yes, sir.
Y'all won't be hard to find, though, will you? How about you, Keaton? Pinson?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember once upon a time, of course, maybe it's changed a little bit now on account of the 7A classification, but it used to be Clay and Hewitt. That was the dog fight you wanted to see every year. But now I can understand that, Pinson being a rival like that. We athletes, we're strange human beings, you know. We're sort of, we can be superstitious, or maybe you guys have a hobby, something that you like doing. You might like playing golf, or you might like singing in the shower. But something along those lines, or is there a superstition, something that you feel like you have to do in order to be the best you can be? With that thought in mind, Jalen, the first time I met you, tell me something about you that I'd find out interesting.
About me?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, I'm just a cool, laid-back guy. Like, when I walk into the gym, like, you won't even know I'm there. I just come, watch the game, with my headphones in, and then when it's time to play, I'm just ready to play.
Really? So you're Mr. Cool. I don't mean that in an ugly way.
Yes, sir.
You're there, and you'll be seen when you need to be seen.
Yes,
okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Anthony, you got a hobby or anything like that?
No, sir. I'm about the same way, just laid back and cool.
Laid back. Do you like video games?
Yes, sir.
That's a hobby. Are you good at it?
Yes, sir.
You are?
I beat these boys before every game.
I was going to say, remind me not to play y'all. I'm not good at video games. You good at golf?
No, sir.
I'll play y'all. No, but there's something always different. How about you, Keaton?
I don't really have a hobby. I just like being around my teammates, cracking jokes, having fun.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Now listen, guys, you're all seniors. Now, if you could go to any college you wanted to, if you get a scholarship somewhere, that's great. If you could go to anywhere you wanted to go, where would it be, Jalen?
University of Kentucky.
Kentucky, why?
Yes, sir. Because most people that go there, just one and done in Kentucky.
well, do you want to go to the NBA or you want to cut class? Yeah, I hear you. I understand what you're saying. They are very successful. How about you, Anthony?
Ohio State.
Ohio State?
Yes, sir.
What is it that infatuates you about Ohio State?
I like their program, and I always wanted to go there when I was little.
Okay. Keaton, how about you?
I don't really know. I pick probably Alabama or something.
Okay. Stay sort of close to home, huh? Yeah. All right, let me ask you this. If none of you guys make the NBA, if all three of you do, I'll be tickled pink. I said I had y'all back when. But if you don't, what would you like to do one day if it's not be an NBA player? Jalen?
I would like to be a lawyer.
Really?
Yes, sir.
See, I'd like to be a doctor, lawyer, or Indian chief. So that's good. A lawyer's good. Anthony?
I want to coach.
Really?
Yes,
you going to take coach's job?
I might.
No. Maybe in a few years he'll be ready to retire and you can take his job. That's good, though. You know, a lot of times guys that get into coaching don't have a clue that that's what they want to do, and they end up coaching. Some guys, that's what they want to do from the very get-go, and it happens sometimes. Keaton, how about you?
I'll probably just go to college for a couple of years and learn how to start my own business.
Oh, really? You want to? Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. All right, guys. If a young player or a young athlete or just a young guy at school come up to you, and all you guys are seniors, and they look up to you guys, these basketball players, you athletes, and what would you tell them? And we'll start with you, Jalen. What would you tell them about what basketball has meant to you and why they should play it?
Basketball is just go out there and have fun. If you're not having fun, then you shouldn't be playing.
And you're right about that. Now, why put all that time and effort if you're not going to enjoy it? But that would be some good advice. Anthony, how about you?
Like, basketball is something that you really got to want to do. Like, I love the game, and every time I get on the floor, I'm ready to play. Like, just got to come with it. Basketball is just something real nice to do.
Well, and it's like anything in life, the more prepared you are to do it, the better you're going to be at it, right? And so that would be a good point as well. Keaton, how about you? What would you tell a young guy?
Play basketball. I just play, I like the game a lot, but I just play to help me stay out of trouble.
Yeah, well, hey, you know, a lot of times athletics is a good way to use your energy instead of going out and getting into trouble, because trouble is something none of us need. It ain't gonna help us down the road or nothing, you know. But having said that, to this point in your life, who's been the most inspirational person or persons? We'll start with you, Jalen.
Probably my dad.
Okay.
Is it?
Well, our parents are priceless to us. How about you, Anthony?
My mom been with me every step of the way.
Yep. How about you, Keaton?
My parents and Coach Marcel.
Well, that's good. And let me tell you what, guys, you've had a good season thus far, but it's like I was talking with the coach about it. The games that really count are those area games, and so you want to win all of them, but you got to make sure you take care of those kind of games. And the one thing about it, you guys get a lot of your friends there at the games. You enjoy playing home games or away? Because a lot of times some athletes feel like there's less pressure playing away.
I'd rather play away.
Really?
Just because it's a new environment.
Yeah. New challenge, right?
Yes, sir.
How about you?
I like to play away too.
You did really?
Like to hear the other crowd cheering me on.
Yeah, that one way. Yeah,
section.
or one way to quieten the crowd is to put your game together, right? How about you, Keaton?
Away.
Away. Less pressure.
Yes, sir.
Well, I tell you what, guys. To this point, y'all have handled pressure really good. 12-1. Keep on that road, and you'll be in the playoffs. And you never can tell; might come away with the state title. If you win one, we'll come back up here and celebrate, okay?
Yeah.
But good luck to you the rest of the season. Folks, like I said, this is our last show before Christmas. Everybody have a wonderful Christmas, great holidays. We'll see you the first of the year. Till then, you know what the snapper always says, bicycle.